In this short series, we're looking at how we can engage our young people to be spiritually prepared for Limitless Festival this year. And over the next few minutes, I just want to encourage you to think about how we can engage our young people in the conversation around listening to the voice of God. There's this amazing story in the Old Testament of a man called Elijah, and in 1 Kings 19, God asks Elijah to go up to the mountain to listen to God, and he goes up to the mountain, and these incredible, noisy environments start to take place around him. And it says that there was winds that broke out, but God wasn't in the wind. And then there was earthquakes around him on the mountain, but God wasn't in the earthquake. And then there was fires from heaven coming everywhere, but God wasn't in the fire. And after these great displays of noise, Elijah goes to his knees and covers his face. And it says these beautiful words, that there was a gentle whisper from God to Elijah. And he asked the question, "Why are you here, Elijah?" You see, so often in our lives, we love to think about God speaking to us, but so often he speaks to us in a gentle whisper. I take my young people in this conversation often towards Limitless Festival, and I start to ask them about what it means to hear the voice of God and to listen to God and how that looks. And we do this simple observation every single year that just helps our young people engage with how they can potentially listen to God whilst they're at Limitless Festival. We get everyone to get their phones, their iPhones, and we just ask them, hey, put it on the floor, and they throw their phones on the floor. And then we just say, for the next 30 seconds, we're going to be completely silent and we're just going to listen. For the first 5 seconds, there's mutters and a little bit of awkwardness, of course there is, but then eventually it just goes silent in the room. And as it's silent, we start to see the young people hearing things that they once couldn't hear. Perhaps it's the ticking of a clock, or the breathing of the person next to him, or even the cars driving past our building on the outside. And after 30 seconds is up, we stop the timer and we just say to our young people, what did you hear? And they start to speak about all these different things that they once couldn't hear, but in a moment of silence, suddenly they could. We then tell our young people, perhaps God is speaking and there's actually a need for us to create space for us to listen. What does this look like across Limitless Festival for our young people? How do we encourage our young people to be fine-tuned and listening to the voice of God? We ask them to do all kinds of things at Limitless Festival. We encourage them to perhaps detract from the noise of social media and their phones in the main sessions and just try go in for an hour and just listen to what God could be saying. We speak about the ways God speaks through his word, through his spirit, but also through his people. And we encourage our young people to be listening out for God in all of their environments, in their fun, in their activities, but also in the main sessions. We spend time with our young people on the lead up to festival, and we create ways where they can practice the art of listening. Because in a world that is filled with noise and opinions, listening has become the art of the wise. I want to encourage you, how could you spiritually prepare your young people to be fine-tuned and prepared to listen to the voice of God across Limitless Festival this year? Go for it.